Hey there, if you want to have your YouTube comments automatically replied to based on the intent of the comment and provide value for the users, giving them links, giving them resources based on various things that they say in their comments, and having your response not be a single static response every single time, but actually addressing the comment details and the intent of the user, then this is the video for you. I've got a really easy way to do that. My name's Jim. I've been building automations with Pabbly Connect for about 4 years now, and I've been using OpenAI, and I've built hundreds of custom GPTs with OpenAI's ChatGPT platforms. And in this video, keep watching till the end, because you're going to find out how you can build this and have it hands-free, automatically replying to all of your YouTube video comments. So let's jump right in. So you can see I've got an automation inside of Pabbly Connect. Now, if you don't know, Pabbly Connect is similar to Zapier, but a lot less expensive, and in my opinion does quite a bit more. So this automation is a simple 3-step automation. I've already built it here. It's called the YouTube Auto Reply with OpenAI ChatGPT, and it's exactly what it does. So the first thing you have is a trigger, and that trigger is going to be on YouTube when a new comment comes in on a specific video. So I'll open up that trigger. You can see that you select the trigger event. Now there's a couple other options here, but for this purpose we want this new comment on a video. So every time there's a new comment on the particular video, which I'm going to show you how to select in a second, then it's going to trigger this automation. If there's no comments on this video, nothing happens. So important to understand that. Now within that, when you're setting this up, you're going to click, you can see I'm already connected, but if I was not connected, you would have to click the connect button, and then you can select your connections or add a new connection to your YouTube accounts. Once that's done, you're going to see the channels for that account. In this case, I've got the channel for Jim Musey, but you can click this drop down if you had other channels connected and select the channel that you're looking for. And then you're going to select this specific video. You can see once you have the channel selected, you select on all the videos. These are all my video titles. I'll go to the most recent one here, and you can see then that it's going to have the response. Now this is kind of a placeholder. You can click the learn more to understand better, but it's more or less a placeholder for the responses. The important part is you want to click this save and send test request. What that's going to do, it's going to go out and see if there are any comments. If there's not a comment when you're setting this up on a brand new video, you need to go in there and manually create a comment. You can always delete it after. That's what I do to make sure everything's working. So you can click save and send test request, and then you get all this data down here when it's done correctly. If you get an error, then you've got to problem solve the error, but this step you really shouldn't have an error, again, unless there's a comment not there. If you do have an error, you get stuck, drop a comment down below. I'll see if I can help you out. Okay, so once you've got all this data here, we're going to be using some of this data in this next step, as you'll see. So I'm going to close this for now, and we'll come back to that. And to close it, you just click up here to minimize that trigger. The next step is going to be, if you didn't have this already set up, you click this little plus. I'll show you how that works. You click the plus, and then you can just start typing in here ChatGPT. There you go, and you would select the ChatGPT box. And here again, you're going to select the action event. Now I'm going to go ahead and delete this one because I've already set this up. And I'm just going to open the one I've already set up. So in the ChatGPT, the action is going to be Ask ChatGPT. There are other options here. We're going to just stick with Ask ChatGPT. It's actually one of the simplest ones. You're going to select the model here. Now the GPT model is going to determine the speed, but also more importantly the pricing. Speaking of speed for a moment, this particular function checks every 10 minutes. So if you have 5 comments in 5 minutes, you're not going to see 5 responses. It's going to be once every 10 minutes it'll go through all of the new comments that came in. So just keep that in mind. As you're manually clicking through here, it will be automatic, but once you're done and this is just running in the background, it's going to be once every 10 minutes it'll check for new comments, and then it'll respond to all of them. Okay, so again, as I mentioned, you can select the model. You can see all the models. In this case, I'm selecting GPT-4o because it's relatively inexpensive compared to some of the other models, and it's just my preference. So then you're going to have the prompt. Now here's where this white box right here, this is the as I mentioned, we're using the fields from the previous step. That's what this is. So everything else is typed in here. So I've got a prompt, which is review this comment on your video, and then I plug in the actual comment. So how you get that comment, you don't have to type all that out. You just click where you want that to be. In this particular case, I'm putting it in between the parentheses. And then you click this search data and map. You can actually click the previous step here, and it brings up all of those fields. It should look familiar to what you had before. And in particular, what we're looking at is that comment. At the time I built this, this was the most recent comment. So this is the original text, original comment. That's why I've clicked that comment snippet text original. And then this is the actual field, but that part of it's going to change. The part on the left stays the same. So as you're building with Pabbly Connect, it's nice that you can actually see real live data, but you also see the field names. So understanding that's important as well, so you don't get too confused on it. If you ever are confused, just kind of try it, see how it works, but know that the left side is essentially the field ID or field names, and the right side is usually the part that can change with all the, it's the variable that will change. So, and then the rest of the prompt is right here. You could go ahead and pause the video and recopy all of that particular prompt. You could create your own prompt. In fact, I used ChatGPT here to create my prompt. So if you want to pause the screen here, you're more than welcome to do that. See what I put in to get the starting prompt, and then I reformatted its response a little bit to fit inside that parameter box for Pabbly Connect. Okay, so now once you've got your prompt in here, and the key in this particular case, I've got review this comment, and then it plugs in whatever the comment was, and then write a concise and friendly reply to a YouTube comment considering these options. If the comment asks for Pabbly Connect, reply with, here's a free trial of Pabbly Connect, and I have a link for a free trial. If they're looking for a previous video, give them you can find the first video here. Now, the way I've got this written out, it's going to be relatively static on one of these three responses. You can get a lot more creative in the prompt response, but the nice thing with doing it this way, the response is going to be pretty concise and pretty controlled. And basically, it's got the guardrails on it. It's not going to go off the rails and go into some strange thing. So you can certainly test this and try different options if you like. One thing I highly recommend though is if when you're putting in the comments, you might have somebody giving you a negative comment saying that's, something stinks, something's not good about the video. So you probably want to address that. And frankly, as these videos go, if you get a lot of comments, you'll need to test the responses that you're getting, and then you can come back into Pabbly Connect here and adjust this prompt for all future comments. And keep in mind too, this is commenting as you, so you can come in and edit or delete your comment later as long as you keep an eye on it as you're testing it out too. So, all right, so I've got basically a couple different links, previous video, next video, and a Pabbly Connect. And then I have a note that if it's a negative comment or unfriendly, just respond empathetically and not giving any links, just something like, sorry you feel that way, thanks for sharing your thoughts, that type of thing, and reminding it to be friendly. Again, I didn't spend a ton of time on this particular prompt because this is just a demo video. I want to show you how it works so you can get the idea. You could have, I don't know what the exact limit is, but I'm sure you could have quite a detailed prompt in here. And once you have that prompt, you can click Save and Test, and it's going to go ahead and actually process it. In this particular case, it shows you what the output message is right here, where it says choice 0 message content. That's what the GPT-4o in this case created based on the prompt that I gave it. And this is the message that we're going to tell YouTube in the next step to go ahead and send. All right, so we're going to do that. Close that down. I'm actually going to minimize this just to make it cleaner. All right, whoops. Okay, and the last step is telling YouTube to go ahead and reply to that comment. Again, so we're going to grab YouTube, and this time the action event is going to be reply to comment. I'm already connected, but again, if you're not connected, the first time you're setting this up, you'll have to select connect again. Make sure to select the same YouTube account and then YouTube channel, and then you're going to go ahead and get the reply text because we're replying to a comment. So you have the reply text, which is the message. Again, same thing, we grab the data from that, this time from the ChatGPT. This is where I grabbed it from. And here's that response, that message content. This is the response that it gave me. So I'm using that one. So I clicked on that and that popped it in here as a variable. Then comment ID. Now this can be a little tricky, but the very first trigger stage, or first step, that trigger, is where you get this comment ID, because again, it's triggered by a brand new comment. So the comment is identified by an ID for this step. So we have to find this snippet top level comment snippet channel ID, a long name, but here's the particular ID for this, the most recent one. So you'd click on that, and that plugs that in as a variable, and then you can click save and response. So as it all works, it's very cool, because I'll show you on the video that I was doing all my building and testing. You see the comments, like I placed in this one, hey, how can I get Pabbly Connect? And I got the response, hey, here's the free trial of Pabbly Connect. Boom. Where's the next video? You can find the next video here. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. So you can see it automatically is working. It's very easy, saves a lot of time, and again, you can get as creative as you want with the variations. So hope you found this video helpful.